And we are live. How is everybody doing? It's good to see everybody. It's Andrew, another live stream here on Sunday, July 5th. Hope everybody here in the United States is having a good Independence Day weekend. For those outside the United States, I hope you're having a great weekend as well. I have my coffee here in my Lenovo mug. And it looks like we have pretty good bandwidth today. So hopefully this should be streaming in 1080p. I don't know. But hopefully you can hear me and see me okay. So it's been a really interesting week on the channel. I did a collaboration yesterday with Just Josh, Matthew Moniz, Lon.TV, and Jared Tech. And for those that didn't check it out, go over to Just Josh. His channel's really great. And we did a collaboration. I don't do a lot of collaboration, so I'm very choosy and picky as to who I work with, and these guys I really respect, so I'm glad I was able to be part of that, and I thought it worked really well. So I think it came off really well. It was kind of funny with the introductions. I want to thank Tech Realm for making it happen in a sense, because a couple of live streams ago, I think it was 2 live streams ago, I said, I don't know too much about Just Josh. I saw him in passing, in some videos, and he said, yeah, he's great. Everybody said he's great, and we were able to get together thanks to Tech Realm, who made it happen. So big shout out to Tech Realm for making this happen. And I thought the video came off great. So if you want to check it out, go to Just Josh. If somebody can, and I think Tech Realm might have already put it into the live stream. Here it is. I believe that's the video. Again, I had a great time doing it. The 2 laptops that I picked were 2 of my favorites so far that I think many of you might agree with. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is the channel hit 90,000 subscribers yesterday. I've already hit over 90,300 now, so I had a big bump, and that was probably due to being in that collaboration. I also dropped my unboxing video of the HP Spectre X360, which is what you see here on this table here on my desk, and you can see it here. So that's, one of the things we're going to talk about today, of course, is that Spectre X360 15t here for 2020. I've been very impressed with it so far. I'm having a little bit of trouble with that camera, so we're going to turn to this camera, and here it is. I want to say hello to everybody in a moment, but I just want you guys to see how this is working here. Good as far as that Windows Hello camera. It's got a OLED display, or AMOLED display, as some of them like to say. I like to say OLED. I don't know. I think there is a difference between the two, but we'll have to see. So, trying to get camera 1 back up. But anyway, here it is. This is the Spectre X360. What I like about it is that gorgeous AMOLED display. You're looking at a 15.6-inch display. It is pretty amazing, actually. Now, from what I understand, this is a low-power display. I think it's a 2-watt display, which is not normally what we see in an OLED display. So we're going to get better battery life. Now, I think it's a 71 or 72 watt-hour battery. I don't know my battery life yet. I still have to do testing with it. They claimed back in January to get up to 17 hours. Now, I'm not sure, and I think they even said it was the OLED that was getting up to 17 hours in their testing. I don't anticipate that. I'd be happy with 7 to 8 hours to be conservative in normal use. Of course, if you employ any kind of battery saving techniques and turning down the brightness, you will get better battery life. I see we have 91 of you, so it looks like everybody's pretty excited about it. So yeah, this is the, what I love to say is one of the best. I know actually Lisa says that in Mobile Tech Review. It does have a numeric keypad. It has an all metal design. It has a trackpad. Now the trackpad, or the touchpad as some call it, is a little bit wider. That's been pretty typical of HP, and it's pretty responsive. Now they did have to make it a little bit narrower to get in this soundbar on the top, or the speaker grill on the top, and to put the keyboard where it is. So some people like it, some people don't. Let's get an overhead shot of the keyboard, and there you can see it right here. You can get an idea of exactly how the keyboard layout is. And I know some people really love the numpad, some people don't. I'm sort of 50-50, I guess. I like having it when I do need to crunch numbers, which is not too often. But those that do need it, it does look like it's a good placement, good size. So those that are accountants and those that do crunch those numbers who definitely would love having that on there. Good key travel this time around. I'm really happy with it, and I'm really happy with the design. Now they went with the gem cut design once again, so you can see in the corner you have the power button on this side. You get one Thunderbolt 3 on the other side, so you can really see exactly the design that we've known and some people love. Not everybody loves it. I want to turn to this camera for a second. I'm going to zoom in. There was a defect, and I'll get to your questions in a moment, but there was a defect, as you can see here, as far as that scratch. That came out of the box, so obviously a little bit of a quality control. It's not limited to just Dell, so that's a little bit concerning. I'm going to be sending this back to HP, but overall I'm really happy with it. The screen is very bright. We're looking at just about 400 nits on my testing so far. Covers the color gamut, 100% sRGB. I'll get you the other numbers as well in my full review, which would drop in a couple of days. I want to make sure I get all the numbers right. What this has under the hood is a Core i7-10750H. It's a 6-core processor. It has the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1650 with Max-Q design. So this one does have Max-Q design. I mistakenly said in my XPS 15 video, Steve might have picked up on it as well. It's the 1650 without Max-Q. It's the GeForce GTX 1650 in that XPS 15 9500. All right, so let's take that. So that's a little bit of an introduction on the laptop. Let's say hello to some people. Mallory is here. How are you, Mallory? Good to see you. I know you're going to be in and out, so no problem. We saw Tech Realm. Paul, once again, good to see you. Waris is here as well. I already said hello before the live stream, of course, when in the chat. Really good stuff. There is Paul there. Okay, so let me get to some of your questions here. Paul says the OLED version isn't at 2 watts. Okay, so maybe I am mistaken. It's the only 340 nit version that does the 2 watt. Okay, that would explain a lot, Paul. I'm glad that would explain a lot. The regular 400 nits is at 3 to 4 watts, with the OLED version ranging from 5 to 7. Okay, so that's where my confusion was, and I didn't get any guidance from HP on this. So I'm glad we have Paul here who does know what he's talking about. So this is not the low watt, and I'll correct that in my full review. So this is not, that's why I'm not seeing 17 hours. So that would make sense. So I will correct that. I feel bad. I don't want to make sure, I want to give you the best information possible, but I wanted to get it out so bad because this was in such demand, so I got it out. Okay, so that's a good clarification. Thanks, Paul, for that. So this is not going to give you the best battery life. I don't know, Paul, which one you have. Let us know, and that would be great. Is everything happening? Weird issue with if something had to reload to get live chat to work. Is everything working, Tech Realm? It looks like we have pretty good bandwidth, so that should be working well. I wouldn't say it's poor performance, but I got to tell you, this display is absolutely gorgeous. So here it is. And let me show you guys. There it is. There we go. And then here you can see it. Really good saturation as far as the color. I mean, really pops. Really good color gamut on this. Brightness, about 400 nits, as I mentioned in my testing so far. Just absolutely gorgeous. Okay, just absolutely gorgeous. Let me go to YouTube for a minute on this. And it's a touch display, and it has a pen. The pen is right here, by the way. And you can see it here. It comes with it. And then let me go to, let's do a search, HP NV, not the NV, we want the Spectre, and my video should come up. So here it is, I'm number one, good. So this is not a low watt display, so let's make that clear thanks to Paul. I'm glad we were able to get that straightened out. But I'm gonna turn off the volume on it. Here it is. Let me get to the screen portion. I know I'm streaming here right now, so it's not gonna be that easy. There might be an easy way to do this. Look at this. I mean, just look at that. I mean, that's pretty. And by the way, because I'm streaming here, it's going to take a little bandwidth, so that's why it's not going to load very fast. It's a very fast machine. And as you can see here, this display is simply gorgeous. Simply gorgeous. Now, the Dell XPS 15 has a gorgeous display as well. Okay, we'll get to that in a moment. I'll bring that one out. I also have the 5750, which is like the XPS 17 basically. Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. Paul has, oh good, okay, Paul has the 2 watt version and it's doing well, 10 hours without any battery savings. That's great, Paul. With the battery saver and adjustments and all that kind of stuff, you're gonna get 12 plus hours. Okay, so for those that want maximum battery life, don't go with the OLED display, okay? So I'm glad we're doing this live stream. I hope, and I'll put something in the video description as well, in my unboxing video, because I wasn't clear when I met with HP, and it wasn't clear from them at the time whether this was the low watt, because from what I read as well from Tom's Hardware, and I think it was Laptop Mag, they said this was a low watt with OLED. They probably got the same information I did, so I'm not the only one who thought that. But apparently this is not a low watt display. So that's good to know, because if you really do need it, it's there. If you need the better battery life, go with the IPS display. Now I like the OLED display personally because I use this at my desk most of the time, and I want the best color gamut, I want the best look, and this definitely fits the bill. Okay, so thank you, Paul, for that, and I hope you're liking your machine as well. I am really liking it. And I agree, Tech Realm, that is good news that we got from Paul. The 2 watt display, he has it. I don't know what his brightness is, so let's see if Paul, let's see what he's saying here. However, if you also want the improved pen, one should get it from the UK independently. Mine came from the US and it came with the old gen pen. I think I have the old gen as well. So it's this one right here. Oh, actually you can see it there. And as you can see, it comes with a carrying sleeve. Here it is, okay? And then if you want to see it here, a little bit more up close, you can see it. And it works well. I mean, it does have the pressure sensitivity. And so they do offer a more premium pen that you can buy, okay? That you can buy. Now, a couple other notes that are different this time around. If you look at the keyboard, there are some new keys here. There's a settings key here that brings up, and I'll switch cameras here, that brings up the profiles, of course, in the command center, which is great. HP recommended. I'm on performance right now. I was doing some testing. And then, of course, there's comfort mode, and that dedicated key is right next to another new key, which is this key here, which is the mute button for your microphone, which is now new. And again, working from home, these are going to be things that we want to see in a laptop because it makes things a lot easier. So we can change the thermal profiles, we can turn off the not only can we turn off the camera with the webcam kill switch, which is on the right hand side over here, but you could also turn off the volume on the microphone, which is great. TechRealm says fan base probably 1080p. You should get the Ryzen 7 to edit 4K. I guess you guys are talking about Ryzen. Let's see what else. You're saying why are you not talking about the reduced tiny palm rests, which are difficult to type on? The reason I'm not talking about it yet is I didn't get to it yet. Okay, so a little patience, people. We'll get to it. It does have a tiny palm rest. Some people may not like it, apparently, but I don't care. I think it's fine. I've typed on this already quite a bit, and I'm actually liking the key travel, the comfortable. It's pretty comfortable to type on. I don't have an issue with it. Having that numpad, some people like it, as I mentioned, some people don't. So you know what? This may not be for you, and I don't want to butcher your name, Albijif, but you know, it's really. Up to personal preference. They wanted to slim it down. It's actually not as long as last year's. They've cut it. They've cut it a little bit. They've cut about a ½ pound off of it, so it's much easier to carry around. It's more portable. It has pretty much the same footprint as the XPS 15, which I actually have here. So if you want to see a comparison, this is the XPS 15 right here, and as you can see, they're pretty much identical in terms of the footprint. Very little difference on the here. Maybe let me put the HP on top of the Dell, and then you can sort of get an idea of it. And you can see here it's a little bit wider as far as the 16:9 of the aspect ratio of the HP Spectre X360, and then you can see it now. As far as let's see if we can get some comparisons of the. Okay, so we can look at it here. You can see how thickness, not bad at all. It's very similar. I'd say they're very similar to thickness and so forth. So, not really sure what's going on with this camera. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, so you can see that these are pretty slim devices for 15-inch laptops. A little bit more portable this time around on both the HP Spectre X360 and, of course, the Dell XPS 15. 9500, which is below this. Okay, let's see what else we can talk about. Are the edges too sharp? Okay, it's a little bit sharp. It doesn't bother me. Some people might find that a little bit sharp, but some people also find the XPS 15 to have sharp edges, as you see here. Okay, so it's just a matter of, it's not going to cut you or anything. As far as comfortable fit in your hands, yeah, I mean, it feels good. There are sharp edges, but they're not going to be an issue as far as I'm concerned. Okay. All right, so let's get to the next question. Does it use Synaptics or the Windows Precision? And the good news is we get Windows Precision drivers on it this time around, of course. They've been a couple of years now with Precision, which is good. Not as big as the trackpad or the touchpad on the Dell, but let's take a look at them side by side. I'll zoom out in a moment and you can get an idea of it. We've got 131 of you in the live stream. So here you can see on the left is the HP Spectre X360. On the right is the Dell. Let me get them evened out because I'm obsessive compulsive that way. You can see a much bigger touchpad on the Dell as opposed to the Spectre. So that'll give you a pretty good idea of it. As you can see here, they're both precision touchpads. This one is a little bit bigger, and some people might prefer that, but there were some issues, as we've talked about in previous live streams and in my review and unboxing videos. A loose touchpad might be an issue. Okay, but they're pretty responsive, both of them. It's just a matter of personal preference. I think I like this one a little bit better just because of the size. This is not bad, but not as big, again, to get that speaker grill where they put it this time around. Okay, let's see. How is the rendering on this thing? I am currently using AMD Threadripper on my PC. I didn't get to test any video editing yet on this. I've done it on this one, which has been pretty good on the XPS 15. You could do 4K. You can do 1080p, of course, pretty well on Premiere Pro, and it did pretty well. Check out my video on this one. On the HP, I'm still working it out. This one has a different GPU. It's a little different here. This one has a 1650 Ti. This one has a 1650 with Max-Q design. And I don't know if you're going to see a tremendous difference between the two. You might do a little bit better on the XPS 15 in that regard. Oh boy, so we got a lot of you in the live stream. 124. Last week, by the way, we had a pretty good live stream because and it's hot in here, by the way. We had a pretty good live stream because we had over, at one point, 258 people at one time. So that was pretty amazing. I was very happy with that. And so, yeah, I mean, this live stream seems to be very popular with people. People really like it. All right, let's talk about this issue with what they're talking about. I have the Intel Optane memory on this one, and this is the Spectre X360. This is, of course, the XPS 15. And with the Optane memory, you're going to get not great write speeds. I don't ever see great write speeds. You get pretty decent reads on the SSD. So not the biggest fan of Optane. I think what they use it for is faster speeds, load times, and so forth. So I think that's where you get a benefit from it. But as sheer reads and writes, you're not going to do as well with the Optane memory. This is 1 gigabyte SSD with 32 gigabytes of Optane memory. So that's pretty good. Now, that's exactly what we're seeing on this. This doesn't use Optane memory, and we saw really excellent reads and writes on the SSD. Now, let's talk about expandability on these two. This one, you can upgrade the SSD, as I mentioned in my unboxing video, but the RAM is soldered into the motherboard. This has 2 slots for RAM upgrade, which I really like, and of course it has 2 slots for SSDs, so really more expandable as far as the XPS 15 9500 is concerned. So for those that are looking to upgrade or to expand storage and RAM, I think, of course, this was obviously the XPS 15 is going to be your better choice. Okay, so we had 123 in terms of how many people we have here. All right, so let's see. Aditya is asking me, are you going to be reviewing the Surface Book 3, X1 Extreme, Gen 3? I do plan on both of them. I want to go with the XPS line because of their quality control issues. You don't want to go with them. Okay, I understand that. Now, Surface Book 3, I'm waiting on Microsoft. I can't go out of pocket anymore at this point because right now I'm tapped out as far as devices are concerned. I really went out 3,000 plus for my MacBook Pro, which I'm still happy with. Even though they're going to the ARM, I don't really care. I need it now, and I'm not going to wait till the end of the year. I'm not going to wait till next year. So I need to get videos out now. Now, as far as X1 Extreme Gen 3, yes, I've been in contact with them. I can't talk anything about it right now, but yes, I will be reviewing it at some point in the near future. So you can be rest assured on that. So hopefully, Aditya, that answers your question. I'm glad, Ebenezer, that you love the collab video that I did with the other tech reviewers here on YouTube. For those that are joining us late, I did a collaboration yesterday with Just Josh. We had myself along with Lon.tv, Matthew Moniz, and of course Jared Tech. It was really a lot of fun. It was pretty funny with the intros and so forth. And I guess I would love to do some more. Again, I'm very picky and choosy as to who I'll do a collaboration with. And these guys, I really do respect, some of the top names, of course, in the tech review business. That's for sure. So I'm glad, I'm flattered, I'm honored to have been part of that. And I want to thank Tech Realm once again for making that happen. Okay, so let's see. We have 141 of you in the live stream. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. It's right now 10:28 a.m. Pacific time, where I am here in Las Vegas. It's hot out here. It's hot in the studio just because all the lights and everything. So yeah, it's been pretty good, but I love doing these live streams. For those that just joined us again, I did hit 90,000 yesterday. We're on our way to 100,000 subscribers. Big deal as far as I'm concerned, because hard work is starting to pay off. So let me get some coffee here on my Lenovo. I spilled a little bit. My Lenovo mug. And so I'm glad people liked it. Active Dodger liked it. Let's see, what did you say? You guys, you saw the collaboration and you chose the XPS, and you chose the XPS as your choice. Isn't it still the same now that you have the Spectre? I did film that before I had the Spectre, so I don't want to give away which one I like. I like them both. As far as I'm concerned, these are great laptops, but I'm not going to go give you I'm going to do a head-to-head, so I don't want to spoil that. But I do like them both a lot. And I'm really liking this really right now with that display. This is a great display, as I mentioned, really gorgeous. So you can't go wrong on either one right now. But stay tuned, that head-to-head Active Dodger will be coming up. Paul is saying if you get a defective unit, you're able to get it replaced. Both HP and Dell replaced them without issues. Yes, that's the good news about they're pretty good at replacing it. And again, I'll show you what I have here, or rather I'll use this camera. This is the scratch right here. As Paul was talking about defectiveness in terms of quality control. This is a scratch I had on here. I had on my previous unit, not my review unit, but the previous unit, bent grills on the bottom. And I did notice something yesterday that I didn't really notice it until now. Maybe it isn't going to be an issue on the line, I don't know. I sort of noticed it a little bent over here. I don't know if you can sort of see it on my review unit. Now, I may not be the first one to have this unit, so I don't know how it got bent. So I don't want to say that it is definitely an issue with the whole line, or it's just my review unit. I didn't realize it had that until yesterday when I was looking at these two. So yeah, it's kind of a little bit of an issue with Dell right now with those quality control. Now, the good news is they've acknowledged the issue with the touchpad, as I mentioned, so they should replace your units. So make sure you're pretty persistent with customer service if you're having that. I would imagine they do, Yash, but again, I don't work for HP. I would just check their website as far as their policy is concerned, as far as honoring warranties and so forth. So definitely something you might want to check out, okay? Are you going to do a review of the HP Envy X360 15? I am, okay? I don't know when I'm getting it in. I know HP did tell me that it is coming, so hopefully soon, okay? So stay tuned for that. So I will plan to review the 15-inch version. Now, I did do the by the way, the HP Envy X360 13-inch with the AMD Ryzen 5. I'm almost done with that review. Should be dropping tomorrow. So, okay. So let's see, we have 155 of you, so it's a really nice live stream today. Been a long week, that's for sure. And for those that didn't see my video, let's take a look at it real quick. Let me go here, rather, let me go here. As you can see, my secondary display. Here's my video that I did, for those that didn't see it, just to give you a little teaser. I did the video, dropped it yesterday, and here it is out of the box. And I want to show you, coming out of the box, I did have that issue. And then, oh, I was right there. Okay, so take a look at this. So I open it up, okay, and here it is. Look at that. I mean, okay, it could happen, I guess. I wasn't expecting that. I thought maybe it was dirt. I can clean it. It didn't help. So there you can see the SSD. There you can see the cooling on this. There you can see the soldered RAM. And so, yeah, so that's it. All right, so Everyday Dad had the same identical dent in his unit. I don't know if it was the 15 or the 17, but apparently there are some issues then. Maybe there is some issues. I'm going to reach out to my contact at Dell this week and see what they can tell me about this. They did a good job, I think, on the touchpad, acknowledging it and coming up with a plan. So we'll see. So that's pretty interesting. Super chats are open, by the way, help support the channel. Memberships are open, by the way. I'm planning on some good stuff for members only. I think we got enough now to start doing that. Yeah, I appreciate that. Let's make sure we get some ground rules out of the way. Please don't send multiple messages at the same time. I'm going to get to your questions as fast as I can. There's a lot of you here. We have 171 of you. It's a lot. I'm only one person. We got Tech Round, Paul, Mallory, got these everybody moderating, Waris moderating. But please don't do repeat questions. I will not answer it. Okay? So answer your question. Hopefully I will get to it. I try to get to as many as I can. Again, I'm a one-man show here. So please, bear with me. All right, Juan says, NV X360 15 with the Ryzen 5 4500U and the Ryzen 7 look good for less than $1,000. Juan, I love the Ryzen 5, the 4500U. I also like the 4700U. I think the Ryzen 5 4500U is the better value. I think you're going to get more out of it for the money. I think better bang for the buck. And I really am happy with it. Now, I've seen it already now on the Lenovo IdeaPad Flex 5. Really good on that. As you saw, it was my budget pick on that collab video. And I also like the HP Envy X360 as being a more premium device, an all-metal device, and performance is really good. I'm going to show you that video, probably will dropping tomorrow, so you'll see exactly what I mean. So yeah, I agree, Juan, on that sentiment right there. And then I also would love to get in, according to MASH as well, 4800 HS for productivity and so forth. I agree. These are much bigger wattage as far as those processors are concerned. I don't have any yet. I know we've seen a few videos from other tech reviewers that may have seen that, I guess. So definitely would take a look at it. Yeah, B, I'm going to try to get the Acer Swift 3 in and the 7. I'm glad you love the channel. And yeah, I've been trying to get Acer to send me stuff. They're one of the last holdouts on my channel. I don't know what's going on. I'm still waiting on Razer as well. Microsoft, I have contacts there. They just don't have the units to send me. So I don't know. I'm not really sure what's going on with Microsoft, to be honest with you guys. They just closed all their stores, except they're going to keep some flagships like the one in New York and a few others around the world. But they're closing my local one here in Las Vegas, which I used to go all the time. It was great just to check out devices. It's kind of sad in a way. I don't know what you guys thought about the Microsoft stores. It was kind of sad because when you would look at the store, you see that it was right next to an Apple store, and the Apple store was always packed, but the Microsoft store just didn't gain traction with people. It was always empty. I just liked it. I was able to look at the new Surface devices before I got my hands on them. Before I even did my channel, I would always go to the Microsoft store. So I'm kind of a little bit nostalgic, I guess, to it in a sense. But, as far as them closing it, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. And it seems like Microsoft needs to figure out where they're going as far as, I know they're a services company and Microsoft Office is always going to trump everything else. But I really don't know the direction they're going in, especially when we have Apple, who, whether you like them or not, are now going to use their own silicon in their chips, of course, their own chips, in their devices going forward. And I think it's going to be a lot sooner than later. I don't think it's going to take 2 years. If you looked at when they transitioned from the PowerPC to Intel chips, it didn't take that long. In fact, I think it took 9 months, and they were pretty much Intel only at that point. They did support PowerPCs up until a certain point. I recently bought the MacBook Pro 16 about almost 2 months ago. I don't regret it because I need it now. I use it to edit videos on Final Cut Pro, so I don't regret it. I did spend a lot of money for it, but if you're in the market right now, I would maybe wait until you see what the new chips have to offer from Apple. They're ARM chips, but they don't call it that. They're just going to call it Apple Silicon. So we'll see. All right, so we got 175 of you in the live stream. Let's see, not all reviewers look at laptops for only video editing and photo. That is correct. Not all reviewers. I use both, actually. I edit on an iMac 5K of 2017, and I have now, of course, as I mentioned, my MacBook Pro 16 from 2019. It's a 2019 version. I don't have the new processor, the 5600 that they just released. I don't have $4,000 to shell out again. Apple's not sending it to me, so don't hold your breath. Yeah, so any support, of course, super chats will help. Of course, you will get bumped to the front of the line here, and so forth. All right, so let's, anything else you want to talk about? I do have the Precision 5750 here as well. Let me close these guys and just bring that in for a moment. Now, this review is going to drop probably 2 or 3 days because I'm really taking my time with this one, only because I'm really liking this. It's really, really powerful. What we're looking at here, and I'll just put it on top of them, I don't really care. This is a 17-inch laptop, of course. That's filthy on this carbon fiber deck. Let me clean this. And I got battery low. Let me plug it in. Give me a second. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's get some juice into this baby. And there we go. Now, what I like about it, it has four Thunderbolt 3 ports, if I'm correct. Yeah, 4, right. Really good display on this. Carbon fiber deck is a little dirty. Skip for now. And this is just a little bit dirty. I've been using it. One of the things that is a little bit better this time around is that the carbon fiber deck on the XPS 17, which is essentially what this is, as far as the body is concerned. When I talk about the Precision 5750, I'm talking about both this and the XPS 17, because this has got the same deck, although this has the nicer looking, in my opinion, Titan Gray. Now, this has the, let me go to the device manager here, and let's move over to this camera. And so what this has is the, it doesn't have the RTX 2060, but it does have the Quadro RTX 3000 with Max-Q design, as you can see here probably, or hopefully you can see it. This is a very premium laptop. It's a workstation. It's got power under it. Now this is the Core i7, and let me get to the system specs here so we can see it. This is the Core i7 10875H. This has got 64 gigabytes of RAM, which is fantastic. And it also has, as far as storage, 2 terabytes. We got 2 different drives here of 2 terabyte. Actually, this has 4 terabytes. I didn't realize it, that they gave me two 2 terabyte SSDs. This thing is fully loaded. That's why it's over $5,000. I mean, there's no question about it. Oh, look, we have Fareed. I was speaking to Fareed before. We got something special coming for you guys. We got some renders that I think you're going to want to see. I don't want to give away too much. If you're not following Byte Insiders, do so, because he's got some really good renders over there. We're going to do something together. We're going to collaborate. So if you like collaborations, check out Byte Insiders over on Instagram. It's fantastic. Fareed, I'm looking forward to it. I already saw what you sent me, and it looks pretty good. And thank you, Fareed, for acknowledging my 90,000 subscribers. And for those that are joining us late, we did have 90,000. Yesterday we hit it, which is fantastic. I'm sure the bump helped, of course, being in that collab with some really great YouTubers that I was part of, and as well with my dropping of the HP Spectre X360. So yeah, so check out Byte Insiders, people. It's really good. Yes, this came from the US store. Yeah, this came from the US store, not this one. This was given to me by Dell to review. This one. This was bought here in the United States, $2,039 on sale this weekend. Check out the link I put in my unboxing video. I think you can get about 150 or 200 off. I don't remember the exact discount, but hopefully that sale is still on. Really, really good, people. I'm not going to give too much away in terms of my full review yet, but I am liking it. So, but as a good point that Paul brought up earlier, this display is the OLED display, and this is going to be less battery life. This is not the low power display that I was led to believe. That would be with the IPS, the one for 340 nits, the one on the website. There's one for 400 nits IPS, and then there's their OLED with 400 nits, and this is an HDR 400 display. And that 400 nits, by the way, is pretty accurate. It's a pretty bright display, I can tell you that. So really, really good stuff. Okay. All right, thanks, Paul. If I answer your questions, then don't repeat questions, people. Thank you, Paul. It's $19.59 at the moment. So yeah, I mean, if you're in the market for a good laptop, good all-around versatile laptop that could put it into different modes, but comes with the pen, this is the one you may want to look at, especially if you want an OLED display. You can't get an OLED this year on these models, on the Dells, but you can get it on the HP, which I'm glad. I really love OLED. I'm a big fan of it. Do I think Brand is asking, do I think that the Dell XPS 15 is a good device to have for 4 to 5 years, especially with the trackpad issues? If you get a good trackpad, you should be fine. It's a pretty powerful machine. It's a good all-around machine as far as I'm concerned. So you should be okay. I don't tend to keep my devices that long, but build quality has been good otherwise. There are a couple of issues with quality control, bent grills on the bottom. I had that issue with my webcam. So yeah, quality control might be an issue. So, you know, it's just something you're going to have to deal with. Now, there is good warranties on this. They will live up to their warranties. So, and if you're within the return period, you can return it. I think it's 30 days. So I think you're good. Okay, so are you getting 157% SRG, about 80% Adobe? I don't remember. I'm going to show you what I got on this unit. Let's go to this camera. Let's put these to the side for the moment. So I did measure this. I'll give you a little bit of a preview because you guys seem to be pretty interested. Let's go to screenshots. So I got, I got 100% sRGB, 98% Adobe RGB, which is excellent, 97% of the P3 wide color gamut, which is fantastic, 96% NTSC. So for those that don't know this or what this means, this is a great machine, especially this display in particular, for video editors, for Photoshop, and for Lightroom. And what I mean by that is this is going to be the most accurate, it covers the color gamut. It's going to be the best choice for you. And that is pretty amazing stuff, okay? It's also got some pretty deep blacks. Let's get to that. Since this is, of course, an OLED display, everything is all black and then the pixels light up. So it's going to get zero black. The lower, of course, the better. That's as best. It doesn't get better than this as far as blacks. White point 6300 K, which is really good. Contrast is off the charts. When I tell you it's good, this says 388,360 to 1. That means this is going to be a video editor's dream when it comes to the color gamut, when it comes to editing any kind of video on this. It is fantastic. So that's that. Now, as far as color accuracy, that's the next one here. Let me close this. Color accuracy here, and you'll see this in my video, very good. So this has an average of 2.86. Now 2.86 is very low as far as the Delta E score, and that means this is a pretty accurate color. So you're going to get good colors on this. So really, really impressive stuff. So that's what I measured. Now I use the Spider Elite, which is this, to measure. That's why people get different kind of numbers. They may use a different device, but this is a pretty standard measuring way to measure this, and it's been pretty good so far. Is it better than the Galaxy Book Flex? I do think it is better. I love the QLED display. I like the keyboard better on this. And I just think this gives you a little bit more than what the Flex does. I love the Flex, don't get me wrong. But I think this OLED display is just pretty spectacular. And so is the QLED. It's a matter of personal preference. I can't really say one is better than the other because you get the S Pen on that one. So it's just a matter of personal preference. I think I like this display. It's just really something pretty special on this for me. At least that's what I'm thinking. Okay, so let's get to the next question. Did I see, let's see here. Oh, good to see Tech for Your Needs in the house. How are you? Good to see you. 204 people in the live stream. That's good. I'm glad you're hopefully liking it. I will be reviewing the 15 of the Envy, not the X360. I don't know what Dell is, what HP is going to send me. I will review whatever they send me, of course, but hopefully they will be here. Good to see you back, Mallory. Hopefully you can watch the replay, catch up what we've been talking about. But I'm glad you're back. Hopefully that other live stream was good as well. Price. Well, we have a couple of questions from Ash. Why is the 1650 instead of the 2060? Are you talking about on the X360, or are you talking about Dell? So we need more. I need more clarification. They went with a 1650 Ti Max-Q design on this one. So it's fine, it worked well. 2060 is going to have thermal constraints because of how thin this is. So I'm thinking that might be one reason they went with that. 2060 is a little bit beefier in terms of processing power. So hopefully that answers your question. This is on sale right now. We just said it was less than $2,000. Normally this particular unit was $2,039. It's on sale for I think $1,950, or what did we say earlier? But it is over on HP's website. Check out my unboxing video and you can find the link for that, okay? So, all right, so let's get back to me here. And I think Paul is probably can say it better than I can. Higher tier parts come with higher wattage requirements and thus higher thermal management engineering. That's correct. These units cannot cool that card adequately, nor can they provide that power. And that hence is why we had a lot of thermal issues last year on some of these units, especially with the Core i9, especially with the beefier GPUs. And so yes. Okay. I didn't do the Galaxy Book Ion, and the reason is I did the Flex. It's just a matter of finances. I can't afford to buy all. Samsung is not sending it to me, so that's one thing to keep in mind. We have 209, so welcome. Those who have not followed me or finding me for the first time, my name is Andrew, and I run a tech review channel, Andrew Mark David, over on YouTube. We do all kinds of reviews, of course, of laptops, as you see here today. We have all sorts of laptops we're talking about, but we are doing smartphones, tablets, smartwatches, two-in-ones, and you name it, we review it. But mostly we're looking at laptops, ultra-portables. We're looking at 13, 14, 15-inch devices, 17-inch devices, and if you want to subscribe, why not? You may find some things you might like, so check it out. Remember to hit the like button, people. That makes sure we can get people seeing this. So we already have one dislike, so thank you to the one for the dislike. Thank you for being a jerk. How are you, DJ Fields? Yeah, I'm glad to be here, my friend. Good to see you, Karaya Holly. We got so much coming up on the channel, people. We have so much. You can charge through the Paul, can you charge this device through USB Thunderbolt, and how good are the speakers? I can answer that, Paul, if you want to chime in. You can charge with the USB. In fact, I did it right before the live stream. I did charge it with a Dell charger for all things. And yes, so yeah, you can charge like that. Speakers are very good on this. You got quads, you got speakers deck on the top, you got two speakers on the bottom. They sound fantastic on this machine. Let's bring this camera in. You see the speaker grill here, okay? And the sound is very good on this. I'll give you a sound sample, compare it to what I think is the best, the MacBook Pro 16, in my full review. Are you saying there's a vapor chamber in the Envy like we saw in the XPS 17? I'm a little bit late on that. And I think Tech Realm is saying, yes, there is a vapor chamber. Is that on the Envy? That would be great if they put that into the Envy line. That would be great. Let's see. M. Tolga Tekas. Hey, Andrew, how do you think Envy 13 compares to the Spectre 13? I think the better performing Envy is worth getting over the Spectre. I got to tell you, the quality's great on both. Let me bring them out. Let me put these to the side for the moment. So here we have the Spectre 13. And I got to figure out what I did with the Envy here. So that's this. Okay, the Envy is here somewhere. Hold on, give me a second. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay. Sorry about the disorganization, but it's a little cramped in here. Okay, here we have the Envy 13. So, two very good devices. Both are dirty as hell. You can see this is the Nightfall Black on the Envy. And then this is the Spectre line. Okay, so if you want to get a comparison as far as size-wise, they're very similar to each other. They're both 16:9 devices. This is the... and you know what? Let's bring in the Spectre just for the hell of it. I mean, let's bring in the Dell, which is dirty as hell. Let me clean it for a second. Let's bring this one in. Well, we're getting close to our 258 record. We have 231 right now. This is the XPS 13. Let me move these off camera for a moment. Okay, so we have three laptops here. We have the Dell XPS 13 9300. Let me take you down for a moment. We have the HP Spectre X360 and then the HP Envy X360 for here. So both are very good quality, build quality. I think they're excellent in their own right. This is excellent build quality. So you can see the size, they're very similar to one another. If you could put the HP Spectre on top of, this doesn't have the gem cut design as far as the Envy line. Okay, so if you're not a fan of the gem cut, maybe you want to look at this one. Price is going to be cheaper on the Envy. You can get this, I think, $820, although you probably can get it on sale maybe this weekend. I don't know what HP's running it right now for. This is the Spectre X360. This is running the 10 nanometer chip, and I think this is a, what is it, 7? This is something Intel's been struggling with. This is the Ice Lake processor. I don't know if I have any juice in it, but it is a great keyboard on it, edge to edge, really comfortable. I really do like it. So you can get, okay, so this is that, and they're all convertibles except this one. You can get this with the X3, you can get this with the 2-in-1 version of it, but this has a really great keyboard as well, frost white. We know the whole story on this one. I've gone through this multiple times. So it's just a matter of personal preference. I think you're going to be okay with the Envy. I like the performance out of that Ryzen 5. And I like the keyboard on it. I just like a lot of things about it right now. And there you can get a look at it. So I'm actually a big fan of this. Price to performance on that Ryzen 5. I'm really impressed. I don't know if I could recommend the Spectre X360 over this. Just because it's cheaper, getting good performance, you can game on this. Really nice display. I really think this checks all the boxes. Let me know what you guys think about it. Yeah, I agree. Paul, I agree. Intel's in trouble. I hate to say it because I like Intel. You know that. I think they're in trouble. I think Intel needs to get their act together. They've been really trying to stretch these processors out. They have not made any innovations on them. AMD has really made strides. Now, the key thing here is going to be Apple's now move to the their own silicon, to the ARM processors. And that might just change the whole game altogether, because you know what happens when Apple does something, everybody else follows. I don't know where this is all going, but Apple usually waits till they really probably feel confident. I'm sure they are confident they can pull this off. And if they can pull this off, it could be game over. So I don't know where things are right now with that. This looks pretty good here. What is Tech Realm? What's the price on that? NV 15. That's a good, let us know. Okay, I think we got our first super chat. Okay, Victor, I'm going to toast you. Thank you for the €1 super chat from Victor Mavic. Let me know if you have any questions, Victor, but thank you. I appreciate that. Cheers. 238 of you in the live stream. We have now been streaming for close to an hour. Good news, people. Last time my battery crapped out on me. I don't have that problem now. I did get a dummy battery with a plug-in cord that you can now, I don't have to worry about battery running out on my main camera here. So that's been pretty good. Let me move this out of the way. I don't like the way that looks, that wire. Okay, so thank you, Victor. That was really nice of you. Let's see. M. Tolga, you're looking for a laptop for 2 months, and this is that's the best convertible, best overall Ultrabook I could find. Thanks for the confirmation. I think you're going to be very happy with the NV. I am super impressed. In fact, it is in the running for a laptop of the year. And, you know, it's got to be in contention with this too. This one, I can't keep it this year. This is 2019. We're expecting October for a refresh on that, so I'm curious to see how that's going to go. So really, when it comes down to for 2020, for Ultraportables are these two right here. Let me go here. There we go. Oh, I want this camera. Oops. Somehow my camera number 3 is not cooperating. There it goes. So it would be down to these two, if it cooperates. Let's just skip to that. Okay. So these two, Dell XPS 13 9300, HP Envy X360. These may be the two you want to look at. This has a 16:10 aspect ratio. This one has a 16:9 aspect ratio. That's the one thing I wish HP went to, would be 16:10. Okay. So that's pretty cool. We're now at 250. We need 8 more people to hit our record. All right. Boy, a lot of work this live stream, okay? 88 likes, 1 dislike, okay. So let's go to this camera. Yeah, cameras have been an issue. A good point, Paul, and you were talking to Johnny Webb about this. They're not making great cameras on these Ultraportables, on the 15, even the 17 inches. They're not great. The one exception is Microsoft. They did put a really nice one on the Surface Pro 7 on the Laptop 3. Okay, we got another super chat. This time from my good friend Duck Vision for the $5 super chat coming up. And for that, you're going to be getting a coming up. Here you go. Coming up. Thank you for the $5 super chat from Duck Vision. Thank you. You've been more than generous. Thank you so much. All right, 261. All right, we did hit a peak here, Tech Realm. That might be the record. Okay. All right. Yeah, Waris, I agree. That's the one thing that Microsoft did really well. Excellent. In fact, their webcams have been good since the original Surface Book. I don't know if like a couple of months ago I did a live stream. I actually showed you guys how good the original Surface Book webcam was. It was fantastic. I think you can charge it as long as it has enough juice in that power bank. You can, of course, do it on the Thunderbolt 3 ports, which are Type-C connections, so you probably can do it. I haven't tried it. So anybody knows the information about that, let me know. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a full review on on the HP Spectre X360 coming very soon. The Dell Precision 5750s, and I'm in the middle of it. It should be done in the next day or so. I also have my full review, of course, again, of the Spectre X360 coming up, as well as I still have the Redmi Book 16 that I want to finish that one. And I have the Latitude 9510. I also have another Latitude we'll be talking about very soon. So I got a lot coming up. I have the Legion 5i gaming laptop that I'm almost done with. So I've got so many things in the works. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Twitter and Instagram for all the updates. Okay. All right. So we got 260 people. So we've broken the record on the live stream. So that's fantastic. I'm glad to see that. Let's do a check on subscribers because we were doing so great. Let's see here. On the last check I did was so now we have 90,351, which is really good. So I'm happy with that. Good job, people. Thank you for the support. I really do appreciate it. I have my full review of the HP Envy 13 X360, HP Envy X360 13. I got the Envy 15 coming at some point. I don't know when. That's also running Ryzen, so we'll see. And I have other stuff that I can't talk about. But yes, it's coming up. 263 watching. We're getting better. 267. Let's see if we can break 300 today. Yeah, that is a record. I am pretty happy, people. It tells me a couple of things. Either you're very interested in these devices, okay, or you like me, or maybe it's a combination of both. That's probably more like it. QLED is very promising. If you saw my review of the Samsung Galaxy Book Flex, I'm a huge fan of QLED. It's good. It's an efficient process. It's an efficient display as well. And that's one of the things. They're going to get better with those. It's going to be really good. Which laptop has better speakers, the Dell or the HP? Are you talking about the 15? Are you talking about the 15 or the 13? So I need to know which ones you're talking about. Speakers are very good on both. I'm going to do a head-to-head on them, so I'm not going to tell you which one's better yet. We got another super chat. This time I got 50-something. I don't know what NOK is. Somebody tell me what NOK is. But Executor K, thank you. I hate numpads, off-center trackpad, touchpads, and keyboards. Any thoughts on that subject? All right, let's talk about that for a moment. Let's take these back off. Thank you for that super chat. So what you're referring to is this. This is the X360, the 15-inch model, and this is what the touchpad looks like. And let's touchpad's off-center a little bit because they needed to put this here. This is the numeric keypad, okay, for what he's talking about, Executor's talking about. As you can see here, and let's get to zoom in, and it puts everything a little bit off-center, okay? So there you can see here. Now the numeric keypad's good for those, again, crunching numbers who do need to do that. That's going to work out really well for you. But for those that want an edge-to-edge keyboard, like they did say on the Dell XPS 15, then you might like that better. It's just a matter of personal preference. So again, thank you for that super chat. I really appreciate it. Mike Mira, thank you. Just subscribed. I really appreciate that. Welcome, and I'm happy you're able to check out my channel. Good. I'm glad there's no patient in the ER. That's a good news. Somebody's okay, hopefully. And I'm glad you could join us, Smash. Good and great questions you're asking. Thank you. If I had only one, I didn't do the 15 yet, so stay tuned for that. I plan to do that. Norwegian Krone. Thank you, Tech Realm, for checking that out for me. And I thank Executor for that beautiful super chat. Thank you so much. And it's $5, which is fantastic. Again, there's no limit. I mean, there's no minimum or maximum. I don't care. I just like you guys are watching. You don't have to do any kind of super chat. It certainly helps out the channel. It's much appreciated. But I definitely am happy that you do appreciate the channel. Thank you. I appreciate that, Anthony. I'm glad you like it. 264. Wow, this is pretty incredible. I'm really happy with this. So we're looking good. All right, anything else you want me to talk? 269? Wow. Karaya is asking, I hope I'm saying your name, Karaya. Karaya Holly. I like to say Karaya because I'm from New York. I don't know. Is the Spectre 15 still compatible with the Surface Pen? It should be. It should be. I have the Surface Pen here somewhere. I think it's the same N-Trig technology. Here it is. I believe it is the same as a Surface Pen. I'll confirm with you. I think there's an MPP 2.0 available for this one as well, from what I understand. I don't know if this is the one. This is the one that comes with it, so you can sort of get an idea. Let me bring that up a little bit. But it works well. I mean, if I need to do navigating through the OS, if I go to my website, which I haven't updated in ages, which I have to do, you can just see here, I'm left-handed, but I'll do it right-handed for you so I'm not in the shot. Really good stuff. Handwriting works well. Sketching out artwork, I'm not an artist, so yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good, Karaya. Okay, this is good because I'm going to know how to say your name. It's Karaya. Karaya. Okay, hopefully I'll remember that. All right, Karaya. I'm so sorry for butchering your name, but yes, you're fantastic. You're a great contributor on the channel. I really appreciate it. I know you like your MacBook Pros. I know that. 274 is in the live. 278. I see 278 now. All right. Can we hit 300? That would be pretty interesting. Amazing, Johnny Webb. Amazing. The tilt functionality for shading, I know they do offer the one with tilt. I don't know if this one supports tilt or not. I'm not sure if this one does. It might support tilt. I don't think so. I think this is the basic one, and I think the tilt pen has the USB port that you can charge with. That might be the one that's using the MPP 2.0. Microsoft, I think Precision pen, or whatever they call it. I think that's the one that does the charging via USB-C. 282? I love it, guys. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. Can I compare the speakers? Yeah, I'm going to be doing that. Which ones do you want me to compare? Because I have this one and the Dell, but it's going to be hard to do it on the live stream. I'm going to do it in the video, okay? Yes, Paul knows pretty much about it. It does support tilt, but not as well as the MPP 2.0. So what you're saying is this one does support tilt, which is great, but it's not going to be as good as that new standard that we're all moving towards. Okay, so that's good. Thank you, Paul, for clarifying. I'm not a big pen guy. I use the pens occasionally, but some people are, digital artists, they use it. They use it all the time. Will there be a review of the Yoga Slim 7? I'm hoping Lenovo sends it to me. I've been talking to them. So let me see if I can get a hold of a unit. Again, that's the key, is getting these units. So we'll see. All right, so we got a lot of people watching on my channel. Did we get a new super chat here? Did I just see a new super chat? I did. Michelle Decker. Michael or Michelle Decker. Thank you for the €2 super chat. Trackpad, Envy versus Spectre, sticky surface on Envy. So, all right, so let's, this is the Spectre X360. This is the 15. The touchpad is, it's a glass touchpad. It's pretty smooth, actually. Pretty smooth. It's not sticky. It's not a sticky surface. Envy, which is what I have here, I'll put it here. This one, let me tell you about this. It's like a smooth surface. Very smooth, not sticky, and very good. I'm very happy with this. Very smooth surface. I think it even might be a glass trackpad, I'm not sure. But it's very, very smooth. Thank you for that €2 super chat, Michelle, or Michael, I don't know how you like to pronounce. Michelle, I'm thinking, is the correct pronunciation. Karaya. I think I got your name right. I actually don't have a MacBook Pro yet. I know you're in the market. Okay. I respectfully admire both sides. The XPS 15, C940, and the Spectre 15 look awesome. I just want Macs because they don't lose performance when unplugged. Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of personal preference. Karaya, it's definitely good. Oh, we got another super chat from Executor K. You have any thoughts on why the 2-in-1 laptops are not equipped with 120 hertz screens? Probably my venture, most people are not big gamers on them, although there might be occasional games here and there. There would be no reason to put a 2-in-1 120 hertz display rather than a gaming laptop. Now, having said that, it probably is more expensive as well, so that would raise the price. So it might be a price consideration, it might be a practicality situation. I don't know why you would put a 120 hertz display in a 2-in-1 ultra portable. I don't know, maybe that's the thinking, I don't know. But as these processors get better, some things like AMD Ryzen processors, maybe we will do more gaming. As we see, these are very capable processors. Maybe it might be time to put 120 hertz display on some of these ultra portables. So a very good point you bring up, Executor. Again, that's my guess as to what it is. Thank you for your super chat. I really appreciate it. All right, so we got 277, it looks like. Whew, jeez. I would stay, okay, look, here's the thing. You can get the Dell XPS 15 9500. It starts, I think, around $12.99, although I think they're on sale right now. And so, you know, we have to see as far as what the price is concerned. I would always go for the better processor if you can, but if price is a consideration, you'll be fine. A Core i5 10th gen should be fine for everyday use. Hopefully that answers your question, Mateo. All right. TechRealm wants me to answer this question from M. Tolga, is asking about tablet mode on 13 and versus 15 for note taking. Is 15 too big? I do think it is too big. I don't like too heavy of a tablet. I think I said something a little bit in my unboxing video on the Spectre X360. Just a little bit too heavy, over 4 pounds, to hold as a tablet long term to take notes. I would put it on the table or the desk. 13 is definitely much better in my opinion. It's lighter and so forth, so I think it's a lot better. Wow, we have 290 people watching. That is the record. There is no doubt that is the record. So I really appreciate you guys. You guys are fantastic. Okay. Karaya is saying, Everyday Dad has reviews on the base XPS 15 for those who want in-depth. That's a good point. He does have that. Go check it out. And I think he was able to do a lot on it. So if price is a consideration, and by the way, you can upgrade the RAM and you could upgrade the SSD. So that's another big point. If you want to go with the base model and just upgrade the RAM and the SSD, that definitely will help out in terms of your needs. So it is a lot of expandability with that. That's pretty good. So hopefully, yeah, and I agree. So thanks, Karaya, for pointing that out. Oh, Thunder, how are you? I haven't heard from you in a while. Good to see you. Hi, Paul. I hope everybody's staying safe. I hope you're staying safe, Thunder, as well. So yeah, glad to have you back in the live stream. Good to see you. This was sort of out of the blue, not sort of out of the blue. I was going to be doing it originally at 1 p.m. Pacific time or 4 p.m. Eastern, but I have to be somewhere today. I'm going to Lake Las Vegas later today with the family, so a little bit to get out a little bit. So I wanted to do it earlier rather than later. 285 of you, that's amazing. I can't believe it. We're now at 1 hour and 15 minutes. Blitz is asking, what would you say or recommend is the limit in terms of weight or buying on an Ultrabook or a 2-in-1 laptop? I like my 13 inches to be under 3 pounds, as you know. 2.5, 2.7 is good. 3 pounds is pretty much where I want to be. I don't want to be over that. If you're 13 inch, 15 inch, I like 4 pounds or so, depending on what you have under the hood. Then you'll find some anomalies like this one. And let me bring it into this frame here. I haven't shown you guys this in a while. This is the LG Gram 17, and for 2020, not many of you are liking this one. I don't know why, but I think it's great. This is a 3 pounds or under, I think it's under 3 pounds for a 17-inch laptop. So pretty amazing that the LG Gram can get that. And again, the materials are magnesium, so you're going to be very lighter. It doesn't feel as premium as something like the Spectre or the XPS line, but it's pretty amazing. Another super chat from Executor K. I appreciate that, man. You're really, really generous. I was talking about stylus use mostly because iPad is running without anybody stopping it or challenging it. Yeah, so the stylus, it depends on what you're doing with it. These come with styli. Obviously, the Spectre X360 has a stylus that you can use to take notes. A lot of them are good for that. Again, it's just a matter of personal preference. People like iPads. They get the Apple Pencil. They like to take notes with that. So yeah, we have our newest record. So thank you, Executor. We'll talk more about stylus. I think I'm going to be doing a special video on that very soon, especially with the MPP 2.0 coming to the forefront. So we'll stay tuned. Another super chat. Victor Mavic Hello from Spain. Hola. I want to spend around $1,000 US in a 13-inch 2-in-1 laptop. Which one? I will use it for video editing, sketching, and some light games. Now, I would only do 1080p video editing, and I think I'm going to recommend to you this. This is the HP Envy. It's under $1,000. If you don't have to spend $1,000 anymore, you can get this. In fact, you might be able to get this with the Ryzen 7. I think maybe around $1,000. I'm not sure, but premium build, premium design, all metal. You could do 1080p video editing without a problem. You might even be able to do some 4K video editing. So I would just definitely consider this one. Spectre line is good. XPS 13 2-in-1 is good, but you want it to be a 2-in-1, I think, right? So I'm happy with the Ryzen processors right now, Victor. Thank you for that super chat. 10 euros. I would go with the Envy X360 right now. That's how good I like it. My full review will be dropping very soon. Hopefully that answers your question. Did I miss a super chat? I've got another one from Executor. Much better use of my money than alcohol, drugs, and strip clubs. I don't know about that. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Executor. Yeah, that's probably a better use for your money. Thank you once again for a super chat, man. You've been more than generous. I appreciate that. But don't underestimate the alcohol, the drugs, and the snow. No drugs, people. Strip clubs are a different story, but not right now during the pandemic. 297 people. Oh, I'm seeing 300. I'm seeing 302. Oh, it just went down to 299. Wow. I can't believe it. 303 Tech Realm. We have set the record. Unbelievable. 303 Johnny Webb. Unbelievable. Paul, guys, this is amazing. Wow. I'm speechless. I'm going to drink some coffee to you guys, man. That's great. All right, this is a good one. Share my thoughts. Sapan is asking me to share my thoughts on the OLED burn-in or burn-out, burn-in really, heat issues, if any, of the Spectre X360, both 13, 15, 4K, many thanks. Listen, OLED has gotten better as far as the technology is concerned. Initially, when OLED screens debuted, burn-in was an issue and might still be an issue on your TVs. We have two OLED TVs, both from LG. I don't really see any burn-in per se, but that might be something to be considered. Now, I do have some OLED displays here, specifically, most recently, the X360 15. I haven't seen any burn-in, but again, I've only had it for a couple of days. Long term, we'll have to see. But so far, the technology has gotten better. Less burn-in, better quality displays, more efficient displays. So we'll see. You've been a little busy, Thunder. I'm happy to see that more and more people in these live streams. Yeah, I appreciate it. I can't believe we got so many people here now. Do we have another super chat? Wow. Let me wait till I catch up to the live stream here. I think we got a new member. We got M. Tolga Takaj. How are you? I can't find it on my thing here, but let's recognize our new member, bronze level, M. Tolga Tekas. I hope I'm saying it right. So welcome to the channel as a member. I appreciate that. Did I miss a super chat? I think I got the super chats. Okay. Wow, 320 people. You got to be kidding me. All right, let's see what... Idan Shimon, how are you? Okay, Idan, I thought XPS 9300 is good value for performance, but since the Ryzen laptops, XPS 13 has become obsolete, waiting for Ryzen-based 8 cores, 4700, 48, 49, and GPU is a great bonus. Your thoughts? I agree. Things have changed. Things have changed, Idan, with this Ryzen processors. And I don't want to overstate it, I don't want to understate it, but the truth is the numbers are there. The numbers are there. This is running the Ryzen 5, and with the Ryzen 5, you're getting good thermals, you're getting good performance, you can game, you can video edit, you can do all sorts of things on an Ultraportable that I just can't recommend with Intel right now. It's just not happening. So that's pretty amazing stuff, what's going on with these processors. Okay, so I agree. Good point. Good point. So we have a new... we hit a record here. So 320, where was it? I saw, here we go, Tech Realm. 320, new record. 109 likes versus 1 dislike. Wow. Do I have a video comparing something? I'm sure I do. Yes, I do. Thanks, you, Karya. Yash, I do have the XPS 2-in-1 versus the Spectre. I did it in January and so forth. I got my second dislike, so thank you for that, whoever you are. Show your face, my friend. Be a man or be a woman and show your face. Who were you to give me a thumbs down? What don't you like about it? Tell me, but don't just leave a thumbs down and not tell me what's going on. So there you go. Okay, no big deal. Darren, let's see what Darren bought. We'll get to you in a moment. Darren bought the 2020 XPS, 1 terabyte, 2,000 pounds in the UK. Nice. You're going to like it. Can you send the Samsung notebook? No, I don't have it to send, so I can't send it. I don't have it anymore. I got too many laptops. I got to keep going. 331 people. That is the record. I don't mean to be harping on it. 336. Oops. Oh boy. 336. Unbelievable. Now I can't get off the live stream. We just got to keep going either till my microphone runs out. That's the only thing on battery, but I do have my backup, so we should be good. What's the best laptop for gaming? X360 13 and Lenovo Yoga. This is Andres wrote us. I actually would recommend the NV13 X360 over that, or the Lenovo IdeaPad Flex 5. I'm talking AMD Ryzen processors here now because of what it can do, for the price, for what it's capable of doing. And I think Intel is in trouble. Thank you, Mallory. I appreciate it. Ven Creation says, I recently bought the Dell XPS 15 9500 with 64 gigs of RAM, Core 8, i7, 8 cores, of course. It should be 8 cores, right? I'm sorry. i7, and haven't received it yet. Super excited about it. You should be. It's a really great laptop. I'm a designer and use Adobe apps and light gaming. Is it good fit? Absolutely a good fit. You probably picked the best one you could. You expect it out really great. 64 gigs of RAM is going to serve you well. 8-core i7, I would go with that. Although the i9 is on the way, I don't think you need it. I think you're going to be great, especially with the Adobe apps, with Photoshop, Lightroom, Photoshop, I said Photoshop, Premiere Pro, you should be good. Okay, stop. Okay, this is a little of a public policy here. Don't keep asking the same questions or you're going to be barred. Okay, so just as a warning, moderators, you have my permission to throw people out. If they're going to spam the chat, then we're going to get rid of them. That's not the way we're going to run things here. I don't mean to be a dick, but you can't do that. Okay, and I thank you, Tech Realm. Okay, all right, we got a super chat here. We got Robert Bobsrack, and I hope I said your name right. We got a 50 SEK. I don't know what that is, what country you're from, but I appreciate it. And I'm glad you appreciate my opinions. You bought the NV13 Ryzen, the 3700U, 6 months used for a great price. It seems like update, love your channel. Greetings from Sweden. Also, it's Sweden. Yeah, that's great, man. I don't know too much about the 3700U. I heard good things. I know the 4700U is really making waves, and I'm seeing it in the numbers. But great. It sounds like you got a great deal, and I'm hoping you really are enjoying that. And I appreciate the super chat. Much appreciated. Thank you. Babs is asking, best 13-inch laptop, thinking of getting the X360 4700U. That might be the one to go with, although I'm happy with the Ryzen 5. But if you want to go for the Ryzen 7, I don't have that one. It is something you might want to consider. It's more expensive, but it has 8 cores as opposed to the 6 cores you get from the 4500U. Thank you, Mallory. I appreciate it. Okay. That's from Sweden. Okay. All right. I appreciate that, Varun. Yeah, we got a lot of people. We got 320 right now. This is a record. This is the biggest we've had in terms of my live stream. So this might be the best time to do it. I keep saying that every week. Many live viewers, congrats. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Aditya. I really appreciate it. You got it, Babs. I agree with Paul on this. The Ryzen 5 has really impressed me, especially with thermals and performance and price. You're getting these at great prices. Will you be getting or reviewing the Lenovo IdeaPad S540 Ryzen 4000 series? I might be. I've got good contacts over at Lenovo. So yeah, I should be getting some more gaming stuff coming in. More Ultraportables and general everyday laptops coming in from Lenovo. So stay tuned. Promising channel. Thank you. I appreciate that. Keep up the good work. Keep up the sharp clothes. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm a little bit not dressed up today, but it's Sunday. I have my coffee here. And I want to welcome you, by the way. It doesn't show you on Ecamm Live, but I see you on the regular live stream. Thank you for becoming a member. This is for you. All right. Great question from Executor K. Thanks to Tech Realm for pointing it out. Any thoughts on the possible risk versus, this is probably not for me to answer, risk versus CISC divide that may happen in future with introduction of ARMs into Apple laptops? I'm not an engineer. We might have some of our engineers here, probably maybe Paul, maybe he seems to know a lot about this, so I don't know. But that is a good question. So if anybody, I don't know too much about it. Somebody's calling me. And I'm not going to answer it right now because we're on a live stream. But I don't know the ins and outs of the processors, the internals, the architecture. But yeah, I mean, I just know that I use them. They work well or they don't work well. So maybe one of you guys can answer his question. That's a good question, Tech Realm, that you brought up. So somebody can answer that because I don't know the difference between RISC and CISC. I don't know if I'm even saying that right. I don't know. Any view about Dell Inspiron 7000 2-in-1? I'm expecting one coming, so I think, I don't know if I could talk about it yet, but just stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed. I will be getting something. Among the Spectre and Dell XPS, who can brawl with the current MacBook? If you're talking about the MacBook Pro 16, this is my take on it. The Dell is excellent, the XPS 15 or the 17. You can look at the Spectre X360 15. You can look at the MacBook Pro 16. Again, it's a matter of platform, what platform you on. I don't think it's a matter of one versus the other. It's what tool works for you the best. And that's the way I approach it. I mean, I edit 99% of my videos now on a MacBook Pro 16 or my 5K iMac from 2017. So yeah, I use a Pixel 4. Thanks, Tech Realm. Yeah, the Pixel 4 right here, cracked, but I still like it. Can you suggest on where we can see current laptop release and or news? As far as news, I don't love all the Engadgets and the what's the other one? All those news sites. They're okay. CNET and all that. They're okay. I think Windows Central does a pretty good job. I like what Daniel Rubino is doing over there. I think he's been pretty good. So you may want to check out there if you're looking for information. I know they're Windows focused. Mac focused, you could always go to iMore, I guess. But, you know, it's just a matter of what you're looking for in terms of, you know, I'm not crazy about what the offerings are there right now. That's the problem. But hopefully that helps you in some little way. I mean, even the Verge and all this, they're all bought out by these big companies, and I'm not the biggest fan, I guess, at this point. I don't know. But anyway, that might be one way to find out. Keep your eye on my channel. As soon as I know I get invited to these press conferences. When I'm not under embargo, I'll tell you exactly what's coming on. I told you about these XPS line coming. I told you about the Envy line coming. So yeah, so stay tuned on this channel. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I do post a lot there where I do have stuff coming in. I could tell you what I think about stuff that's been announced. So yeah, so check me out there. Is the X360 15t any good for gaming? Yes, you can play certain games, medium settings, 1080p is the sweet spot. We'll talk more about that in the full review. which should be dropping very soon. I'm still doing my testing. Do you think Lenovo will launch ThinkPads with Ryzen 4000 processors? What's today's date? I cannot say. I'm going to just zip it, okay? Stay tuned, Aditya. Stay tuned. Thank you. I appreciate that. We have 320 or 319 watching. So we're maintaining over 300 at this point. That's pretty good. I saw your live stream today. You provided great information about HP Envy X360 and Lenovo Flex. Which would be your pick between those two? Thank you, Varon. I'm going to go with the Envy X360 only because I'm very impressed with the Ryzen processors, and I think it's making all the difference. I think you can game on it. I think you can edit video on it. Thermals are good. I'm liking it better than Intel right now, and I'm just being bluntly honest. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm feeling right now. I'm going to bid my farewell. Thank you, BR. It's currently 2:32 a.m. in the Philippines. Thank you for checking out the live stream, and have a good night. Thank you. Well, too bad you don't like it. Okay, on the next few weeks will be very exciting. Will you be adding some gaming benchmarks to the Envy review? I will. I've been testing it, and I've been very impressed. ThinkPad would be awesome. I agree. Dell XPS 15 or ThinkPad X1 Extreme Gen 3. I'm planning on reviewing the X1 Extreme Gen 3, so I don't want to comment yet until I was able to test it. So stay tuned for that. Okay, it's time to say goodbye to this guy. Okay, let's get rid of what is this? MLMCK bar. Get rid of him. He's a jerk. I'll do it. I don't care. Somebody do it. I'm busy in the live stream. Anyway. Okay. I'm going to send that guy out. I'm going to remove him. Okay. So he's gone. So we got trolls coming into the live stream. You're going to get booted. I just booted you, so that's it. What are you going to do about that? Okay. All right. Yes, thank you, Karya. Thank you. I booted him because he's just being a jerk. Yeah, sometimes you got to, lay the hammer, man. You got to, put the hammer down. That's right, but keeping it clean. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I'm going to ban you, my friend. Homie, don't play that. Okay. What about the mini LED MacBook Pro? Well, we only hear rumors. I'm curious to see mini LED, actually. Hopefully, that might even be one of the things they're going to bring in when they're moving over, obviously, to their own architecture, ARM-based processors. So we'll see. Yeah, I've got to keep it clean, I guess, because I don't want to get demonetized either. But anyway. And spamming is not going to help. It's only going to motivate me to boot you. So that guy's booted, man. That's it. He got the boot. And, and then for the people who leave thumbs down, I want to know what you don't like about it. So just tell me. That's fine. I don't care. Yeah, me too, Karya. Me too. 315 watching. So right now we're at 1 hour and 36 minutes. I don't know how much longer we're going to go. I got another super chat from my good friend, Executor. Okay. Oh man, I don't know what to say. Thank you once again. He's going to bring out the hacker hoodie and turn off the lights. Beware, be scared. That is right. That is right. You don't want to mess with me. I'm from New York. Hey man, hey. Yeah, he probably will. Yep. How, Mr. Mellon, how are you in India? I don't even know what time it is in India. So we'll see. I'm glad I'm able to interact with you guys during these live streams. This is one of the ways we can get to know each other, of course. Yeah, they're just people, just being jerks, And I get comments. You guys don't see it because I'll ban people. They'll make comments on my channel that have nothing to do with the device. They're just trying to make personal digs at me, but that's okay. That's all right. 12:07 in the evening or in the morning? Okay. Thank you for staying up. Or is it the next day? I don't know. I'm so bad with the time differences. Any idea on Tiger Lake laptop prices? How will the price bump go from Whiskey Lake to Ice Lake, just to compare? Good point. I don't know how they're going to... I'm seeing prices are going up. I mean, it doesn't seem like they're going down to me. And I'm thinking with AMD, with their Ryzen processors, they're bringing the prices down in a lot of ways. So Intel really doesn't have the leg to stand on to start raising prices. So I'm hoping they'll drop their prices. That's what competition does. That's what competition brings to the table, and I like that. Thank you, by the way, for that super chat earlier. Thank you. Where was it? Executor K. I want to appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay. What are my views of a 2-in-1 versus iPad Pro? Half a kidney. Oh my God. You got to stop. You don't have to spend all your money on me, my friend. I know it's from, it was a Sweden, I think. Half a kidney. That's right. It's going to cost too much. Appreciate that super chat once again. Can you upgrade to NV 2020 RAM from 8 to 16 or soldered on? It is soldered on. So get it with 16 if you can. I have 8 on mine. I think you can get up to 16. Always go for more RAM if you can. If you can afford it, then definitely do it. We had a really good chat today. 335. So I think we're definitely at the most people we've ever had. This has got to be the new record. So let me know if my microphone will go out. I don't know how much juice I have left. Let me just check here real quick. I don't know. We'll see. We'll just keep going till it doesn't. So yeah, so it's been a great week. I definitely are going to do more live streams coming up. I do have stuff coming, but I got to catch up with these reviews. That's getting a little backlogged here. I just released my Dell XPS 9500 review. I'm going to release my X360. That's coming up. So we got a lot of stuff going on here. So I think we're going to call it a day or a night, depending where you are. Because right now we're at 1 hour and 40 minutes, or just about. And I couldn't get to all your questions. There were so many of you tonight. We hit a record. We hit the 334 right now, but I don't know what our top number was, but it was amazing. We busted through the 258 we had last week. So it seems like we're gaining more traction. We're gaining more followers. My channel's growing. Let me do a quick check on subscribers. We hit over 90,000 yesterday, and we're now at 90,367. Unbelievable. So we're closing in over 400 new subscribers in little bit more than 24 hours. So that's pretty amazing. All right, so people, I'm going to start wrapping it up here. Paul, I want to thank you. I'm glad you were able to come to the live stream today. William, once again, thank you. You are amazing. I appreciate you. 337 people, Tech Realm, amazing. Once again, thanks for your help. Same to Duck Vision. I would definitely go for 16. 8 is good. 16 is better on the Ryzen 5 or Ryzen 7. See you, Paul. See you, Thunder. Thanks, Steve S. and everybody else who's contributed onto the live stream today. It's been pretty amazing. A big special thank you once again to Tech Realm. You're great. Remy, thank you. Everybody else, we'll see you in the next video. And again, people, I got a lot of videos coming up this week. Bear with me. I'm working, burning the candles on both ends. We are going to make this happen. We're going to get more and more people onto this live stream. I'm going to have guests on. That's going to be coming very soon. And I got some other special stuff. More collabs on the way. So if you didn't check out the collab over at Just Josh, go check it out. And hopefully you like it. And check out all my videos, okay? We got a lot of stuff coming up, and I'll see everybody in the next video. Have a good night and good day, wherever you are. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.